It's good. It's a good way. I mean, we're just coming to wrapping up now because we've gone on for an hour. It's been great. What I might just very quickly, if you could all quickly answer me one final thing to wrap up, and that is, what one thing do you think needs to change that would go the furthest in transforming African infrastructure and your ability to finance it if you're a bank? I'll start on my right. What one thing, Charlie, could change that would help you the most?
I think for us it would be investment really in power. I mean, it is the requirement of every single business. It's far more important to us than ICT investment, which is, I think, the economics of telecoms infrastructure sells itself. Power, it does in some cases, but I think particularly in the markets we're in, it's seriously underinvested in, and it limits a lot of what we can do. It affects our bottom line every day, and we could see huge increases in profitability across our investments if we had regular, sufficient power at an affordable price.
Jerry, one thing?
Broader, deeper domestic capital markets.
I think a mixture of things that are linked. Less government interference, allowing affordable tariffs, letting the private sector get on with things more.
I think also we mentioned talking to governments and best practices and everything, but also in terms of sponsors and local sponsors, if we want to develop local sponsors, is to educate them so that they know how things are done in international banking markets. It's quite a challenge. They're far from realizing what the implications are.
Tap into the private funding that is available. Make sure that the private sector can come in and play a major role. A lot of capital, people, resources standing by the sidelines wanted to come in, so facilitate for them to come in.
I think perceptions are key. And by perception, I mean, even around this table, there is the bullishness of Africa, and that we need to maintain that perception. Because for a long time, that has been the difference between, say, China, India, where both of us have lived and worked for a long time, versus the rest of the Western world. The Chinese and the Indians see Africa as an opportunity. The way the Standard Charter and those who know it well, actors, etc., also do. But I think we need to, in this part of the world, begin to change the perception that there is actually tremendous opportunity. That's one. The second, of course, is that the multilateral banks, us, the World Bank, the African Development Bank, the IFCs of this world, we need to work much more in concert with the government, because that's where the rubber hits the road, to create the enabling environment for the private actors to come and play, which is where poverty reduction and job creation, to me, that's the nexus between poverty reduction.
Are there one thing that you would change, or that could change to help you?
I think the most important issue comes back to offtake announcements, and offtake announcement in terms of would be the catalyst to enable us to do longer tenors. Offtake announcements is what is going to enable us to access the debt capital markets and pension funds available. If there's one single thing that could change that dramatically would accelerate the growth and the appetite of commercial banks and private equity parties into Africa, African infrastructure projects, it will be a situation whereby they see that they invest money, they'll get it repaid back, and if you have offtake announcements, you'll be able to mobilize funding at a much lower cost from a wider and diverse liquidity pool.
Great. Well, that leaves me to say thank you very much to all our panellists. I think we've learned today, obviously, what we knew before, which was infrastructure is critical to the development of Africa, but the idea that it's still being neglected is perhaps false, given what everyone around the table has said today, and that hopefully in the next 50 years we will be having a very different conversation. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.